Testing one, two, three. Bismillah Rahman Rahim. This is Engineer Masood Akhtar Kiani, and as usual, today we have the technical session number 176. Our subject is major concrete structure failure causes. So what are the causes? So, before going ahead, I would like to request you press the bell icon, like it, share it, subscribe in order to reach the next video with the easy access. Our channel reference is Material Engineer Official on the YouTube studio. So uh, we will go about the structural failure causes, which are the mostly a common factor in the construction side. So is a poor construction practices. We will discuss the many factors, and there is analysis, and some causes are really affect in the concrete failure causes. So poor construction, we can say also this is the inadequate site preparation, substandard materials, and the improper construction techniques. So all it can be the failure of the cracks in the concrete, environmental factor, changes in the temperature, moisture levels, and the soil condition, and can be uh, exerts stress on the structure loading and the cracks all over the times. So the definition of the structural failure is the causes of the building collapse or the failure can be various, including the bad design, faulty construction, foundations failure, extraordinary load, and the combination of these all of these factors it can be happen. So what are the causes of the structural cracks? The structural cracks are occur due to the incorrect design, failure construction, or the overloading of this all of these uh, factors of the safety of the buildings that extend cracking to the RCC beams. So during the design, there is a confidence limit which is the 95% uh, assumed, and 15% to 20% also a safety factor which covers the mostly deficiencies during the ongoing loads and the ongoing circumstances of the earth moving and the earth cracks or the natural disaster and whatsoever it is coming. But it generally depends upon the soil strata and the causes of the what's failure structure happen. So there is range of factors including the natural disaster design flow and the poor construction techniques and the inadequate maintenance. So maintenance is a very mandatory purpose for any construction. Once if it is constructed and leave for hour that it will sustain, it is never be. It is like a example of the human being. If somebody is uh, living and during the life is feeling some illness, some diagnosis, and some is required many things. The same thing like is the structure also. Structure needs the maintain and the care, take care, and time by time it should be maintained according to the environmental situation, according to the weathering condition, and according to the seismic activities. There are many causes are coming. So, what are the most common structural failures? This is the important drainage, active soil, and the simply poor design are the frequently to the culprits. But the reason shows that by far the most of the common causes of the structural failure stems from the completed fill material and how to avoid the structural failure. Also, this is a main question. By conducting through the soil investigation, employing properly foundation design and the adhering the seismic building codes. The engineering and the builders creates uh, structures and it can be withstand the forces of the natural and the protect from a property during a seismic activity. And all of these measures to be considered of every time, and the maintenance should be uh, arranged periodically or the any fixed frequency and according to the building's codes and the requirements of the structure. So, do the cracks indicate the structural problems? Typically, the larger cracks, those bigger than the 15 or the wides, and the each causes to concern as through the hint of the structure issues. So, if you want to get these inspected by the structural engineer, the following table can be help to access to reach to the cracks reason, and you can also control the uh, dissolve the structural failure causes and the problem, and you can make the preventive action on that one also. So, what are the main reasons of the structural failure? Poor planning and the designing of the structure, and engineering errors also. Important design and the concrete to the foundations. Failure to perform the load test and the placing excess with the structure, and use the improper defective buildings material, and these are the main structure. And there is also over reinforced. In sometimes some structures are heavy, but even then it was over reinforcement, and over reinforcement also is a cause of the cracks, and the cracks are developing slowly due to different action and the different forces acting upon that one also. So all of these things should be considered, and during the soil investigation and the designing and the load of the structure, this is the most important. The load of the structure should be in accordance to the ground condition and the geographical situation, and also consider the safety measures and reinforcement quantity and whatsoever design. And it should be verified by the third party engineering, design engineering stakeholders, or the confirmation third party testing or the designing reviews, whatsoever it is. So there are also, we can say, if the quality measure and the safety measures of the design and the during the concrete pouring and the maintenance, and all of consider uh, causes are the considered in a serious way, then we can avoid the and we can save our property in a good manner. So this was the briefing about the mainly in the structural failure, and in next video we will see each other with another subject. So thank you very much and have a nice day.